going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the Straight Jacket podcast.
No!
266. We're here with my brother Nuruddin in the building. And what is a windy Manchester? I've just been here to the laundrette here, and I went to the laundrette. And half the clothes fell on the road. I had to go grab it off the road. As I was getting in the taxi here to go to the laundrettes here, I literally was like, yo, trying to grab the bits of boxes on the floor. I was like, yo, do I do this or should I just leave it? Act like it's not mine, man. But listen, big, what do you call it?
Well, storms, mate, tornadoes in Ireland.
Storms. Someone said, do your washing. It's not about doing your washing. It's that you can't dry it. Where am I supposed to dry it? I like my clothes dried straight away, Nuruddin. I don't know about you, yeah, but I don't like it wet on the sides. I want them dry, hot, ready, and go straight into your wardrobe. This is waiting around. I don't do all of that, man. Time is money, people, yeah? So that's why I go to the laundrette. But yeah, Nuruddin, how's the storm doing? Are you on the bike? Are you on the bike, though? Are you on the bike?
No bike. Yeah, are you kidding me? No bike. No bike. Yo, it's crazy out here, mate. I'm telling you, the wheelie bins are doing 100 miles an hour, chasing each other down the street. No chance, mate.
Yo.
Listen, the wheelie bins are turned to the Kenyan brothers, man, chasing each other.
Yo, I'm telling you, there's some rivalry going on. The green bins.
The wheelie bins are doing a Mo Farah, mate.
Yo, it's crazy, man. You see the derby, man. The green bins versus the brown bins. You know what I mean? Having some turf wars and that, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Trust me, mate. Trust me. The madness last night that you could hear it. I'm like that in my bedroom because I live on the 4th floors. You know, like the bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's crazy. What was what's the storm called? Storm sheet. Something like that. Storm sheet.
Yeah.
Storm Isha. There you go. Yeah, they got the weirdest names, man. The weirdest names. Apparently, the people that spot them, they name it after them. But it is what it is.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Big up Andy. Been for his run. It was wild. Yeah, man. Stay safe out there, man, people, man. For those that are not in the UK,
weekend. I've had a fantastic weekend, Saeed. Manchester United didn't ruin my life.
Yeah, I know.
Manchester United were nowhere to be seen. They didn't ruin anything. Weekend, I was in a good mood. Like Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. No Ten Hag waffling, no player leaks, no this and that. Just, you know what? Like, you know what? It's good, man. When United don't play, it's not too bad, man. You know what I'm trying to say? So, I mean, it's not going to happen every week. That's how bad it is, you know. That's crazy, you know, Nuruddin. The fact that we're talking about here that we don't want to watch Man United play football is a sad indictment of where the club is at, man, right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just mad, you know, when you deep it, like, you know, we don't play. And I was there yesterday celebrating Sheffield United getting a result against West Ham, because if they won West Ham yesterday, they would have been 5 points clear of Man United. And that's West Ham, who are in 6th position. Look at that, man. This is probably and people say to me, but Ten Hag is going to be the highest percentage manager ever after Fergie to reach this. I'm like, listen, stop using these stats, man, like they mean anything towards this season. We're having a horrendous season, you know? So it is what it is, man. Yeah, I locked off the Liverpool stream. I turned it off, man, Nuruddin. I was watching a watch-along. I turned it off. I was like, listen, Nuruddin, what are you going to do this summer, by the way? Liverpool and Man City going for the title. Like, you know what? You know how mad that is, Nuruddin? Arsenal not going to win it. If Liverpool and Man City win it, oh my days, we are finished, man. What are you gonna do though if Liverpool win the title? If Liverpool win the title, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to Mars. Have you all these UFO ships and all that? I'm like, take me with you.
Yeah.
Take me to a parallel universe where United keep winning. Like, to me, that's why I'm supporting Arsenal. Come up the Gunners, mate.
But they're not doing anything though. Arsenal not doing anything though, Nuruddin. They're not doing anything.
Now, come on now, 5-0 flat top Crystal Palace.
Oh, come on, man. Crystal Palace. By the way,
remember they beat us. Crystal Palace beat us.
How did they beat us, man? This is what I'm saying, man. We're so bad. How
did they beat us? Slapped us about.
By the way, that day, did Eze play that day? Eze and Elise?
Yeah,
I don't think they did, you know.
No, he did.
I don't think they did.
They rested him. They rested him. Remember, they rested him.
Let me find out, man.
Yeah, he did, because you know what? He didn't play. I think he was coming back, and he didn't play in the League Cup.
He did play. He did play. He came off the bench.
Yeah.
Oh, he get. You know, I think he played. He played. Yeah, he played. He played. To be fair, but Broski, like it just shows you, man. Like them guys, they're beating teams, man. You know, they beat them 5-0, and they were awful, man. Awful. But you know, us. Oh man, every single team I'm watching right now, I'm thinking they beat them. They beat them. They beat us. They beat us. Oh my God, man. It is what it is anyway, man. But listen, smash the like button on the video, people. This is Straight Jacket Podcast 262 6. And Nuruddin, we got a bit of structure over the weekend. You all, and you say, I want structure. Give me structure. Football director, this, that, CEO, footballing man. Lo and behold, we've got the guy down the road in M11. We're in M16. We've gone down 5 blocks. We've gone down to M11, got down their COO, Chief Football Operations, them ones, yeah. We've got him. How do you feel, Norton? I know, I'm not saying to get giddy. I'm not saying to United are back. You know what I mean? I'm not saying all of that.
Think so. So I ain't looking at on Saturday night, looking at the Twitter. Like United won the Champions League. United has done the double. And I'm like, yo, it's January, man. There's no trophies handed out in January. No, listen, at the end of it, listen, it's good to me, wait and see FC, innit? Like I always said, remember, when Murta and Arnold took the positions, I said to you, wait and see FC, and I will judge them accordingly. And here again, all I know is that, Saeed, he was the commercial guy, contracts guy, and the City's charges are between 2012. Now, let me say to you, I'm just explaining to you, 2012 to 2016. Yeah. So, and then the Times, all of a sudden, the Times, you know that's the leak in it. You know, after the news comes, that Times, the Times gets out. He had nothing to do with City's charges. And I'm like, let me have a look at the timeline. And the timeline says he was there. He was there. I think it was at City from 2008, if I'm not mistaken. So nothing.
No, 2011. I think he started the job in 2012, 11. I think Steve told me 2011, 12. So he came in when he was just about to.
It's where the dodginess started, pal. Where dodgy came. So at the end of the day, it could be the man that's jumping ship. Some of the City fans told me a couple of other execs or like mid-level execs have left Man City as well. You know what I mean? I'm surrounded by, you know what I mean? You know, I'm surrounded by certain City fans, innit? Like, you know, they're always
they've left. There's a lot of people that have left their roles. There's a couple of ex-players, ex-managers, ex-assistants, people within the hierarchy. I think the guy went to Southampton. One of them has gone to Southampton. That was there as well. So there are people moving on. But you know what it is for me though? I understand you're kind of almost like, you know what?
I'm like, my guy jumping ship before the chip. It's my guy now going to United to tell it all. So when he gets interviewed by the Premier League, is he like, yep, and he did this and he did that?
Yeah.
That's him. Is he doing that? Or it could be the Manchester United way, and you know it, in the last decade. It could stay to form. Manchester United hire a guy, some of the fan base get over Guinness, start twerking, and then all of a sudden my guy's banned to rights. My guy then gets convicted when he's at Manchester United for the crimes that he did at Man City. That is a story. And you know what? You don't know. Yeah. You don't know. For me, I was quite suspicious of how quickly the Times statement came out saying, he had nothing to do with the 115 charges. And I'm like, that's a bit fishy. But listen, time will tell.
No, I get that, but I feel like that's sensationalism, though. That's just kind of like the media thinking that's going to sell clicks, isn't it? Like if they do that, everyone's going to go on their report. Like you clicked on a report, right? You clicked on it. That's what they do.
Somebody sent it to me. Somebody sent it to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I feel like they're there to just kind of, because you know, it's in Man United. I've noticed here. If you put any story out there, you say, remember the story about the raw food? How many people read that article, do you reckon? Every news clicks with Man United. So I get it. We went from getting Omar to then saying, right, okay, then we can sell this report out and put out that he wasn't part of anything. Nobody knows that. Anybody who's believing that report is very, very naive because we don't know yet. We don't know the full ingoings and outgoings of what he reads. But what we can say, Nuruddin, is his track record speaks for itself. This guy is a top guy that's coming to a football club. And Nuruddin, you can agree with that he's got a good record. What he's done at Man City, we can look at and be like, you know what, I hate Man City, but you can actually respect and say, you know what, fair play for actually doing what he did at Man City in terms of the record and the track record and what he's done. You can say it's a good CV. We're getting the best in class. You wanted the best in class? This guy is the best in class. Let's be honest.
Manchester United are going back to their traditions. If this guy becomes a success, what we used to do, we used to rub the best people from the smaller teams. So for me, this ain't something big or special. Just because you've had Glazers ruin the club, Manchester United used to always get the best talent or the best people from smaller clubs who have been doing good work. That's what Fergie used to do. He used to get change assistants. Oh, this assistant is a talent, is Steve McLaren. Oh, this guy was there, Kuros. Oh, this. So at the end of the day, Manchester United are doing what they usually do before the Boo Boy City fans get it. But for me, I'm sorry, Saeed, it's going to have to take, to me, I always said this and I always said to you, and I always keep it 100. Manchester United love a savior and they always love a scapegoat. Manchester United, so is he our latest savior? So they said, first of all, it was Amrabat that was going to save us. Then they said it was Kobe Manu that was going to save us. Then they said, oh, we're going to bring Ericsson back. He'll save us. Then they said, oh, this guy, that guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I know that's players, though. That's players. You always mention about structure being important.
But who's going to save the club from itself? At the end of the day, I don't believe one person can fix the mess. And
I agree.
The destruction and the carnage, what's at the football club, how he's been allowed to be rotting, like the way it's been rotting. And people like me were telling everybody. I mean, we're going to come to a United Real Therapy. We're going to discuss what I think I'll say now, but one of the most important things, 1.1 billion. Is this guy, that Houdini side, is going to make 1.1 billion disappear?
No, he's not. He's not. That's not his job, though. That's not his job. He is now here to rectify the problems that the Glazers made in terms of overbuying, underselling, making sure contracts are not given, at ease. This guy's doing the kind of almost the dirty work that the Glazers never did. This idea of Glazeronomics, you want that gone, right? You don't want players being valued out for this and on a shot. You don't want that, Noreen, right? Yeah? So this is what he's here for. He's going to balance the books. He's going to hopefully make Man United actually respectable in the market and not having to overbuy some people. He said it in one of his interviews. If you don't play, it don't make sense, we don't buy it. Harry Maguire, for example, the one I wanted, remember, in 2019, you were like, is it worth the money? Is it worth the money? And to be fair, there was other attributes that we wanted in terms of Ruben Diaz and whatnot. But he's going to say, hold on a minute, he's not worth it. So that's where I feel like we need this kind of guy to come in who's a football man, but he's also a businessman. The other guy, Richard Arnold, was only a businessman. He weren't a footballing man. You've got two in one. I see you buy one, you get one free. I said you buy one. Well, listen, you get one free.
Listen, only time will tell. Only time will tell.
No, absolutely.
At the end of the day, if he's gonna do everything that you said doing, he can't have the Glazers overvoting any of his decisions. And Saeed, I want to remind everybody, the bigger shareholders with 44% of the bigger shares is Joe Glazer and the Glazers. So anybody who comes to Manchester United, we've seen it. Oh, get that guy, get this guy. They all come on the way the Glazers do business. At the end of the day, I'm not here. I'm not having one person be the savior. Now, what he needs to do is employ a director of football and a head of recruitment.
Yes, Dan Ashworth.
Listen, no, work within him. Not have to be down to somebody who we trust, somebody who he knows. Because if he's a footballing man, like you said, then he'll know who are the best talents are. I don't care whether you're Dan Ashworth or whatever. Employ people who want to make a name, who come to Manchester United to make a name, not just there to get the money. And at the end of the day, I'm not getting giddy because I ain't seen Jack yet. And when I look at Manchester United, the football club, I still see Glazers with 44% shares, the biggest controlling share and the biggest votes in the board. Let me finish. And then I see Manchester United in debt, 1.1 billion in debt. And then our revenues are at 600 million. Now, I'm sorry, the maths are not mathsing, right? So if he's going to cut wages, he's going to cut things. All I'm saying to you is that whatever this guy's bringing is going to take years. Because the damage, I don't think the fans understand, Saeed, the damage that's there. Agree. The clean-up job is going to take up to 5-6 years, I think, for Manchester United maybe to put a team out there that may be able to compete. I don't think it's going to fix it straight away. Unless
No,
he's a miracle
listen.
worker. Saeed, unless he's a miracle
Maybe.
worker. You know what? I believe in miracles.
There you go. You know what it is though? I don't think anybody thinks United are going to come back in about what, you know what I mean, straight away competing for titles. I think it's just about bringing the framework in order, bringing the foundations, the mentality, the mindset of, you know what, having people in there that are just not bankers. John Myrtle, jobs for the boys. What did you say? John Myrtle, jobs for the boys. Richard Arnold, bankers. You had Richard. We've gone from Richard Arnold, Ed Woodward, and who's the other one? Matt Judge, yeah, from actually hopefully going in and bringing Dan Ashworth, Paul Mitchell, and Omar Berrada. You don't realize how much that is a big impact on Man United in terms of what we do as a football club. I get it. The debt is something that I think Jim Ratcliffe has kind of almost skating around it. He don't really have a plan for the debt because it's a lot of money.
Oh.
And does he have that money? I'm not sure. But what I said for me, people, is that how can Man United bridge the gap in the short term? And the way you can do it in the short term is bringing footballing people. That's all you're going to do. Everything else is we can't control. We can protest, we can do whatever, we can call out the Glazers, and everyone here wanted a full sale. The next best thing that happened was bring footballing people in. And I think that is what everybody's here for, a common aim. And you said it for so long, Nuruddin, and fair play to you. Man United need a football structure to compete. And that's what we're doing right now. So hopefully this is something that is a positive step. And the fact that they got someone down the road that is competent, and the fact that he's come over here is something that I feel like, for me, we should be excited about a little bit. You know what I'm saying, in that regard. So I think that's big.
I was excited about Ten Hag. I saw the coaching.
Yeah.
I saw Ajax bobbing people off the park. I saw Ajax going to Valencia, going to Real Madrid, going to Chelsea, Spurs, teaching them football. Then Hag comes on. What do I get? Fucking Scott McTominay in midfield with a flick on old school football.
Oh, he's found a new role, man. He doesn't work for. He doesn't play for Man United anymore. You not see the new Adidas advert. He works at a mega store now. He's a mega store assistant now. You know what I mean? Make sure you check it out, people. By the way, yeah, make sure you lot are liking the video. This is one of the comments that I liked about him as well. He said the new Man United board will not allow non-performing players to stay at the club for several years. Omar Berrada feels that players have to perform or leave the club within 1 to 2 years. Fabrizio Romano coming out with that. This is huge, Nuruddin, that we have this in place here. And you know what it is here? A lot of people, they might not like it, but you know, your favorite players may have to leave. And I think, for me, for the benefit of everyone, we have a clean, fresh start. If they stay, and if they believe they're good enough, fair enough. But if they go, and I mean, there's a lot of players out there that should be going, then so be it. You have to move on. This is what's going to happen. So I feel like that is a fresh statement that he's brought in there. Anyone underperforming, you have to leave within how many years? And to be fair, we've got a lot, Nuruddin. We have got a lot of players that can go, mate. You know what I mean? A lot, man. And that mindset for me is, Andy said we'd have no players left. Broski, you know what I mean? Like, fresh Man United. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Fresh Man United, man. Let's build a new side. Obviously, it's not going to be logical. It's not going to happen. But Broski, you have to do this, man. What do you think of that? Do you think that should have happened years ago? Is that something that is going to be? Yeah.
I mean, and I can see the excitement, right? The idea that Manchester United get operators who know who are good operators of football, to just do them what makes sense.
Yeah.
But this is what big football clubs do have. People who don't perform, you get sidelined, you get headed out. You don't stay like Luke Shaw or Antony Martial or Phil Jones. You don't stay for a decade. You're not staying for that long. So at the end of the day, it will all be good. But what I'm saying to you is that I'm not getting excited. I'm not getting giddy. I've been burnt before. And for me, the biggest decision makers at the highest level are still the Glazers. And that debt ain't going away. And we're going to be talking about that on United Real Therapy. But I'm excited for certain fans to think that that's what's happening. But that is what common sense is, Saeed. It's common sense. You don't give... guy like me in Hume, how can I tell you, I've only got coaching level 1 and 2. How can I tell you that we can't be giving big contracts out? We can't be the top 3 in the world with the biggest, dashing out the biggest wages when we've not won. How can I know this thing and Manchester United don't do it? Read out the Manchester United statement. Have you seen the statement?
No, I've seen the statement. To be fair, you know what? Shall I read it again? Shall I read it again?
No. Just read the bit where they go. We're putting the heart of.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that.
What is that
Yeah.
an admittance now? Yeah, is that what we're doing now? We're going transparent. Well,
Of
people
course,
like me have
man.
been screaming about this for a long time.
This is them admitting, we haven't got it. We haven't done it in the past. We haven't done it in the past, and now we're finally doing it. That's what they're basically admitting. You know what I mean? But
Well,
I did see that bit of the statement where he said basically, we want to now focus on the footballing issues and whatnot, and make sure that's at the heart of everything that Man United do. Yeah, you're right. But again, that should have happened time ago. But United are obviously slow, very, very behind. You know what I'm trying to say? That's just the way we are. I mean, this comment here as well. There was something coming out today as well about Antony and Antony and Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho have been offered to clubs in the Saudi Pro League. Man United want around 50 million each for Sancho and Antony. What do you make of that, man? First of all, are we even getting 50 million for them? That's one thing as well. I don't think Man United are getting 50 million for them. That's
Sancho,
my personal opinion.
Sancho's around 50 million.
Sancho,
listen,
probably, but not Antony. Not Antony, no way.
If you put aside, put aside what Sancho, what the argument with Ten Hag, whatever. Sancho's a good player, Saeed. He's a very good player. People cannot put him and Antony at the same levels, man.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
You cannot put him and Antony at the same levels. At the end of the day, it's going to be to move out a lot of people. People like, to me, if this guy comes in, starts moving people like Rashford, Bruno, not Varane and Casemiro. These guys are old, right? I'm talking about put your words where put your words, put it into action. I want to see.
Yep.
I want to see if you do that. If you get rid of Bruno and the likes of Rashford and these guys, I don't mean like Varane and Casemiro are easy because they will be their families will be looking at the money in Saudi Arabia. You see Ronaldo the other day, it's like Cass here, man. Get me Cass here now.
Come here.
You know what I mean? I saw the parties, the after parties. You know what I mean? And in Saudi Arabia, we'll party. But at the end of the day, for me, I will have to wait and see. And I'm not getting overexcited and I'm not getting giddy because I don't believe one person can solve this. It's going to take gigantic. And by the way, I wouldn't be against the Dodgy Dave, Omar, and now and Jim the Rat. And all the quarter sexuals, I won't be against them. I won't be calling them out. If he bought the Glazer shares, I'll be excited. I'll be like, you know what, fresh new start. But it's not a fresh start. Glazer still own the biggest thing. So for me, I'm not getting giddy. You can though. People can, and people can get excited, and I don't blame you. But trust me, I pay too much attention for me to get giddy. I'm a nerd about what's going on.
What are you trying to say? You got PTSD. You got PTSD. Are you burnt by Man United?
Yo, it's more than a PTSD now. Listen, I told everybody I want to hug Pochettino. I was like, get me this guy, and then this guy comes, and now it's relying on McTominay, bringing on McTominay to change games. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And by the way, we'll be talking about that later as well, about how some of the teams that have gone to warm weather training, and then our players have gone on holiday, and we need the most fucking coaching. We need it more than anything. We need it. And
I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
Holiday, and every other fucker's fucked up around the planet to go on holiday. Get the fuck out of here, that shit. Why is that shit?
But the thing is, though,
you see that warm weather training? Arsenal 3 games, lost 3 games, or didn't get the result in 3 games, 2 league games and a cup. They go to Dubai, warm weather training. They come back. Slap Crystal Palace 5-0.
Yeah. I can't believe that.
Says, we worked on things. We were working on things in Dubai that came up in the game. What am Manchester United working at? Fucking Scott McTominay doing the Adidas fucking advert. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man.
That's probably recorded time ago. But you know what it is, though? I understand you, man. I was thinking about that, And listen, I'm normally not like bothered about when players go and have this and that, but that has to come from the manager. But right now, we're how many points behind top 5? We're having one of the worst seasons we have had in a while. We need training. Like, this was meant to be the time of we have that training to kind of have to get things on the. Because he said, when them players come back, we'll be a better team. So if we've not used this time valuably, then broski, that's crazy, man. I just find that ludicrous. But again, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he wants to keep the camaraderie right. He wants to keep the morale right. I don't know. You know what I'm saying to you? Onana only went to AFCON just now, and he could be back, by the way, by the time we play Newport. No, he could be. Onana could be back, mate, before the Newport game. So don't bet yourself on that one, man. But I agree with you in a sense of with Man United, don't get too excited, don't get giddy. But I feel like for me now, people see the pathway back to success now. Will Man United be a great club again? Because when you actually deep yesterday, we're talking about on the Unfiltered podcast, we were like, most of the stuff you've got, the fan base, you've got the football ground, you've got the history, you've got the DNA, you've got everything, the culture, you've got everything to build on here. And I was like, if United do this well, United could actually become a team that could be reckoned with again. I know the Glazers are still here, and obviously until they fully go, then we'll never get the true Man United. But in terms of competing at the highest level, United could somehow find themselves in the Champions Leagues, in the big competitions where people respect us, man. Look how many times Tuchel disrespected us. So many managers, so many institutions be like, yeah, Man United, man, they're rubbish, man. They're not respected, man. They don't have footballing people. Guardiola saying it. Every single team is saying it. They don't have footballing people. They don't have football structure. Ragnick said it. Open heart surgery. These are things that people have come in and seen it from there on. And that's damaging for the football club. To hear that from some other people, Nordin, it's embarrassing, man. But the club have said, yeah, don't worry, man. We're not embarrassed. We're good, man. We're happy with that. It's all good. But that's embarrassing, though, man, when you deep it. It's embarrassing that we're so far behind everyone in terms of just buying players. When we do something good, whoa, Man United have done this. But it's something that should be a given. And that is something that's damning for the football club. It is damning. It's damning, honestly.
I think I couldn't even add anything more. I think you summed it up. When just Manchester United would get somebody who knows a bit about football. You know what I mean? We're thinking as a CEO, oh, okay. Or at least if let's not say, I call the bankers out, because I don't like bankers. Bankers ruin the world, so they're crashing in 2008. We know it. we know. Right? But and then they got the bailed out, and the working class people had to suffer. You know what I mean? The reason why Brexit and everything is because of the crash in 2008-9. So I dislike bankers. But even if you had a banker and was clever enough to go, you know what? I bring footballer people to run the football department. But Manchester United, we've not been, because the Glazers, for me, are getting away with it. That's why, for me, if they weren't here, Saturday, trust me, I would wish them well. I'd be like, you know what? It's not impersonal. But the fact that they're here, I can't let that go. I can't let that go. They're here, and they're still the biggest shareholders. Even if they own 20% and Radcliffe had the bigger shares, I'd be like, yeah, I can imagine this football club making changes. And I didn't give a damn where anybody was from. You know what I mean? That came out where everybody was twerking for the Glazers. For the first time, actually, in a long time, I saw United fans literally doing Glazer propaganda, saying, oh, Jassim didn't have the money. Jassim didn't. I'm like, so why the F are you? Why the F?
I know.
What does that make you to negotiate with somebody who hasn't got the money? For 10 months, 11 months, you're negotiating with somebody who's haven't got the money. How?
Yeah.
How? So
it's like how can you fake not having money? Like how can you say a man don't have no money and man but also then say to the Jassim, bid again. No, bid again. No, we need you to bid third time. Come on, man. Like people just believe anything nowadays, man. But apparently the official documents are legal requirements. And if you don't show it, that means you could be caught on law and this and that. Everybody's becoming a lawyer now. So I had people telling me this and that. And listen, I mean, from what I've spoken to, and I spoke to his son, you know what I mean, and whatnot. So I don't know, man. I think that's a load of waffle, mate. You know the ones there. So yeah, man, it's crazy how people think about that. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it is what it is. If you wanted Ineos to come in, you wanted Ineos. It's fair enough.
Listen, if they're right, Saeed, if you're negotiating, if you're selling something that is saying, and you negotiate with somebody who you don't think has got the money, why are you wasting time for 10 months? 11 months negotiating when you know they haven't got the money. What does that make you?
I know. It makes you. It's almost like you're enabling. You're enabling that.
It makes you an absolute deranged, incompetent person. That's what it makes you. Like you're wasting your own time. Nah. Listen, I don't buy it. You can put out whatever you want. Saeed, Qatar, for the population they're the richest country in the world for the population there. How small they are.
I know.
They are. And they got the signature from the Qatar bank. Now, I don't give a damn where you're from. For me, the 5 things of you taking over Manchester United side is simple. First of all, you wanna get rid of the debt. Number 2, Do you want to build the infrastructure? Give us not just a fresh lick of paint. Third, do you want to put people in place that sort out the football? Fourth, do you want to get the women's stadium in the city as much as anything else? And five, it was communicate with the fans. Tell us the strategy. You know what I mean? It's all about the path of development. It's about the vision, and it's about strategy. Like, this is the plan. This is the plan. This is the development. This is the vision. No, none of that. So at the end of the day, I'm not getting giddy about Omar, Berrada, this, that, dodgy day, whatever. I'm not getting excited or giddy.
You know what's
at
mad?
the end of the day, Glazers are in charge.
There's something coming out as well from here saying, before he officially begins his role, Omar Berrada will kept informed about every recruitment position within the administration of Man United that Ineos will be making. Let me ask you a question, Nuruddin, yeah? If you were to, what do you want him to fix? Like, if you had a chat with him right now, he might come Windsor Road. You know what I mean? He might go for a little Arabic tea, yeah? We spotted him on Windsor Road. You know what I mean? It could happen. He could be on the Windsor Road. He could be near you. He comes in and there's a chat with you. You said to him, listen, I need you to fix this. What are you telling him? What's the first? Give me 3 points you'll tell him to do. 3 points.
One, is there any way we can get rid of it? Is there anything you can get on the Glazers so we can get rid of them for once and for all?
No, but what you can control, Nuruddin. Come on,
no,
man.
that's not you said anything. I can ask you. Is there anything that you can get hold of?
Be logical.
Listen, all I'm saying, can you get hold of the Epstein tapes? Have you got any access to the Epstein tapes? And you see that?
Can you criminalize the Glazers? Can you criminalize the Glazers?
Mullet Avram going to one of those parties. Can you get access? Do you have access to those Epstein tapes, mate? That's the first thing I'm asking him. So I can get rid of the Glazers. No, to me, it'd be simple. Get other footballing operators. Make sure you choose wisely. The people you choose to work underneath the director of football. You choose your head of recruitment. And be sure that I don't want you to buy nobody. I want you to use the summer. I don't care what the fans say. I'll be defending him. Get rid of players. Use one summer and 1 January just to get rid of players.
Yeah.
Promote youth players. And obviously, then buy what Raniak said. It's not rocket science. First contract. Buy younger players. And then measure that younger players that are on there hungry, who want to succeed, and get rid of all of the losing culture at Manchester United.
What about Ten Hag? This is going to be a very, very like, people think that it's going to be a smooth transition. You know, you've gone from a guy who wants control.
Now, somebody texted me on a news blog and said, keep an eye on Girona manager.
What's up from within the club?
No, somebody who is a big United fan, quite connected, said to me, keep an eye on the Girona manager in the next 6 months, 7 months. Well, he doesn't start anyway. He doesn't start until the summer. And by the way, now that he's resigned from City, he started a job, but everybody pretends that he's not. And that thing, what he just showed, is the way of saying he is on the phone. So people are not watching him. He's resigned from City now, but it's the way it works out. You're on gardening leave, yeah? Gardening leave, right? And that's what it is. He's on gardening leave. But at this moment in necessity, he's on the phone. He might not come to Old Trafford, but he's on the phone. So that's
you know what though, man? Girona manager is playing some sexy football, man. And you watching Girona, you watching La Liga this year, by the way. La Liga this year, by the way, is unbelievable. But I'm telling you what, that Girona manager, we will be watching Old Trafford thinking, life is good. No. Life is good. They play some unbelievable
I thought the same thing about bloody Ten Hag. And then I got
Ten Hag, mate, listen.
Any manager,
that Girona manager on a budget. You know how much they spent, by the way? I don't even realize how much they spent. Like, spent less than like teams in the Premier League in Luton Town and all them. Spent less than all them teams.
Of course,
you know, and they are playing the top of the league, and they play some unbelievable football. But I like the fact that he's looking towards that role, because I think the owner came out the other day saying, he said something about we won't kind of step in the way if he wants to pursue his career. We'll happily let him go. You know what I mean? So they're not like stopping him in the way in that aspect of that. But Girona manager. He's not my first choice, but I assume they're going to go for that sort of manager in that regards. That kind of manager there that can play a brand of football.
Who's your first manager? Who's your first manager you would go for?
My one is Hansi Flick, or I like that Simeone. Simeone from not Simeone, Inzaghi from Inter Milan. I'm looking at him now as well, man. They play some good football, man. Inzaghi, you know what I mean? They could win another trophy today. Listen, De Zerbi's one of them, where I feel like he's got a good philosophy, but I don't think United could afford to get beat 3-0 at home every week, man, when it's not going right and you get beat 3-0. He has a lot of heavy defeats, you know. I'm not sure about him in that regards, man. But someone who's got a philosophy. Hey, I know that's what I'm saying to you. So
all I'm saying to you is that whatever it is, for me, my first thing I would ask him, I would tell him is that make sure you put a football structure in position where you hire coaches, you hire managers, you manage the club, you hire coaches. You're the CEO, you're in charge. You need many people to help you run the football club, but go and get coaches that can play good football. And if they don't, then see you later. But we don't have that. We don't have that. But apparently, Jim's give Ten Hag the reassurance anyway, so it's all good.
Nah, man, he can't stay here, man. Ten Hag, I'm sorry, man. People are doing now revision, saying, "Oh, but you know, if he gets football structure, nah, man, this manager just, you know what I mean, with or without football structure." I don't. For me, when you see the likes of Brobby getting linked, and you know he's having contacts with this and that, and I just don't know how you go from a guy who has had total control or majority control of what he wants and who he brings in to then saying, well, we're going to control most of the things in here, and we're going to say that this player cannot come in if you really like him, because if he doesn't meet our criteria, and say like, for example, Antony, then he won't come into the football club. I can't see I feel like the clash is going to be so evident, man. And ultimately, you know what I mean? It's one of them where someone has to go, and that will be Ten Hag, you know? But Broski, I just don't see him staying in.
I replied to the guy. Listen, I replied to that text. That means United, next United hipster, innit? Another manager's like a new guy on the block. But I don't want a manager, I want a coach. And he said, you know what, keep an eye on that guy. And I'm like, well, at the end of the day, we need to clear the players out, because you can hire any manager now, sorry. Go and get any coach. I don't think he's fixing it with these players. I swear to you. Deep down, that's what I believe. I could be wrong. It's my humble opinion that nobody's fixing this because of the rotten the way the club is. So unless the culture changes, and that means Glazers, see you later, then it is what it is. But to me, I don't see that massive change coming in the near future. I don't see because that unless the Saudi Arabia saves us all, unless the Saudi League, like it saved Chelsea. Remember, Chelsea sold how many players?
Selling the players, you mean? Selling the players and that?
Yeah. Unless you're getting rid of players. Because some of these players, like Bruno, you know, Bruno, he's got a massive bummer contract. Was it a year ago he signed a 5-year contract? So yeah. So
but that's what I'm saying. A lot of them on contracts, man. Big up Killy says, will Ten Hag relinquish control of transfers? I don't think he will.
No, he will have to. He will have to, because I think he took over the thing because he knew the clowns don't have a clue. What does he tell you about? What does he say about Murta, where the manager's dictating the fucking what? I asked, was he dictating it?
The one that, oh my God, he needs to go as well. Oh my!
Listen, apparently he might stay and work to some capacity at United. That's what I'm hearing through the grave.
What for, man? They only to go, if you want to do this, Jim likes him. Total wipeout, man. It has to be a total wipeout.
Jim likes him. That's what because
yeah, man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. You can't just keep the players for the sake of keeping them, man. You can't. I'm sorry, man. You've got to get rid of people. Everyone who was bad in that reign, everybody who was a cause of failure for that moment has to go, man. If you want to do a clean slate, you do a clean slate. That goes for the ticket office. That goes for the people working in the hospitality, the people who are doing all these things behind closed doors that you see on these match days and whatnot. You have to do a clean slate, man. And if you don't do that, then you're not gonna get to that level of where you need to be. And that's what I'm saying. It has to be a deep cleansing, a deep cleansing. You know what I mean?
For you to get deep cleanse, you need to have fully control new ownership of the football club, and I'm afraid it don't. So you're gonna have. And by the way, I looked at the figures the other day. Richard Arnold's got paid of that money. That money that Because they both got shares. Ed Woodward is getting money as well. Ed Woodward, Richard Arnold, they're on the books, mate, getting money off the club, mate. Either way, and those vultures are still around.
Yeah.
It's got. Listen, whatever happens, it's going to be very interesting, and let's hope it's a good journey we can go on. But deep down in my heart, Glazers have to go. The biggest thing for me is that when a new people take football in control or come into a club, new ownership, I don't think they're new owner, they're new investors. Then they will have their guy if they're controlling the football. But and the question I want to ask you and all the twerkers here, all the quartersexuals, how long do you think this dance can go? How long do you think this dance can go? Like where they control the football inside and they control Joe Glazer controls the whole club. How long can this? Because in business before, these things don't work like that.
No, but the thing is, though, it all makes sense if the Glazers sign it off, and if the Glazers feel like it's of benefit to them. So this Omar Berrada was signed off by the Glazers because they knew it was benefit to them. Because at the end of the day, every decision that they've done wrong in the past year, he's going to get right, and obviously he's going to make them more money. You know what I mean? He's going to make them even more. You know what I mean? What's it call it again? Like commercially, he's going to make Man United quadruple the size of what they are right now. Man United are only working on limited resources. He's going to make them so much bigger, so much better. Like in that regard, that's what they brought him. His expertise as to work on it. No, but that's what they brought him in. Like if he can sort out Man City's books here, and listen, I don't know what he's done to the books here, but if he can get Man City working here, what can he do in Man United? He could do 10
By the way,
Man City, come on, man.
Listen, Man
City,
they
don't have our fans.
Listen, Saeed, he was part of a 6-man team, 6-7-man team. That's what he was part of. Let's be right here. It's Beristan. It's what's the other guy called?
Tixty.
And then the other guy, the Beristan, and then there is the CEO. Apparently, this guy is quiet. He wanted to be a CEO in it, and he is a operations guy. So now it's a jump for him. It's a jump for him to get the job. It's a jump for him to become a CEO of a football club. But we'll see. We'll see. For me, everybody looks from the outside and think, "Oh, I'll go in there and do this." And when they get to Man United, they look around and go, "I can't do shit, mate."
No, but you know what it is though. In terms of the two positions that are left here, you got Dan Ashworth and Paul Mitchell. What were you saying about them two there? Dan Ashworth, apparently Man United is still persistent with Dan Ashworth. He's at Newcastle at the minute, and Newcastle are in free fall at the minute. But I don't know if you know what's happening at Newcastle because of the whole, structure football club and the way FFP has worked out. They now have to sell a lot of players to kind of, get on the revenue. Dan Ashworth, are you happy with his success? There are a lot of Brighton as well, Paul Mitchell as well. Technical director, whoever head of recruitment, does that get you a bit excited in that regard? Because you said one man isn't going to change everything, but if you bring in Paul Mitchell and Dan Ashworth, them three there, does that float your boat, Nuruddin? Surely that floats your boat, man. Surely that gets you a bit. I'm not saying it gets you excited, but it gets you a bit kind of like, okay, then I can see this.
No, those positions needs to be filled. I don't know if specifically if it's those two guys that need to fill it. But the positions needs to be filled. That Manchester United need good operators. I don't believe in best in class bullshit, right? Because I'm not about class, right? I'm about experts.
No, but you have to be best in class though. So what do you want to do then? You have to get the best in class.
I just don't like the words. I don't like the word because this is structured to the class system in this countryside. I don't like the class.
Okay, sorry.
Right?
My bad.
What I like is that people who are expert football operators, good football operators. Experts who know what they're doing. So if it means, and by the way, because Newcastle, FFP, scaring Newcastle, because FFP means that how much money you make, the revenue you make. But Man City still overplay the revenue they make. Manchester United, because we're the biggest club in the country, our revenue should outweigh what Saeed literally bury everybody else's. Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, we should bury them. And the second should be Liverpool, because they're the second biggest club in the country. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That's how it should be. But when you're £1 billion, 1.1 billion in debt, that's 600-700 for revenue, you ain't doing shit. Because you're going to have to pay some of it towards every year sustaining the maxing out everything. So at the end of the day, I just look at it and I think you're going to need good footballing operators. What we've not had in a decade. We didn't have it in a decade. We did not have it in a decade. And Fergie was covering up for them even before the decade as well, Saeed. Because remember those words, there's no value in the market. And people are like, oh, yeah, he's the guy that got Haaland. Yeah, he's the guy who also spent 100 million on Grealish. Do you think Grealish worth 100 million?
No, hold on a minute. No, don't do that. That was his release clause, already. That was his release clause.
No, but I'm saying to you. No, but I'm saying to you, do they think that?
When you look at their spending, it's not that bad, when you deep it. They haven't gone over the threshold of where Man United have been. Man United have gone over the threshold 10 times what the players want to be. So, at the end of the day, when you look at it, they've only spent Jack Grealish. Everyone else has been decent in what they've been doing.
Oh, Saeed.
What's going on here? Man United are pushing what? Man United are pushing for Choupo-Moting for the 6-month loan deal. Choupo-Moting, people still hotting up, man. Choupo-Moting. Oh my God, man, that's your guy, man. I remember you raving about Choupo-Moting a couple of years ago. Go and get him, man. Go and get him.
Remember a couple of years, Saeed. That was like 3 years ago. Not now. He's a fucking over the hill. I said he was a good player 3-4 years ago. Now he's gonna be on the wheelchair coming here. Big up Ben Flair says Nuruddin's energy is the reason why there is war in Somalia. How can you put that on me, man? How can you put that?
That's a weird comment, man. That's a weird comment, man.
Because you know why?
Before you were born.
Listen.
Before you were born, there was war there.
Listen, I refuse to join. This is how desperate the quarter-sexuals are saying. They want me to join so badly. They're blaming me for
No. You know what it is, though? I feel like, you know what it is with you, though? I don't know. I know you in it, so I'm not going to say, like, Nuruddin is, like, being negative towards it. But I do believe, fans want you to be a bit more open about the idea, because you were calling for structure, but now that we've got structure, or we're getting structure, I feel like, for me, people are thinking that you're a bit like, but that's fair.
Listen,
that's
fair. Told you before. I just told you, we're talking about it. I thought Ten Hag was the guy that was going to give me good football after 6 months. Guess what?
Yeah.
Antony went to Spurs and did that. Ten Hag is giving me Scott McTominay to change the game. I'm sorry. So how do you want me to get giddy? How do you want me to get giddy?
And you wanted an honor in the club. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like
I told him, I do not want Unana. I told everybody on there that Unana is not the guy.
Oh, no. What's my name? Oh, no.
Unana, stay where you are. Unana, stay where you are. Listen, hold tight to Ivory Coast. What's their biggest club?
Yo, that EasyJet cost us 75 grand, mate. Oh my God, man!
Listen, all I'm saying is that. Listen,
middleweight boxer, man. Middleweight boxer.
Please, somebody in the comment tell me who's the biggest club in Ivory Coast club. They need to sign him. He needs to stay there, mate. Unana needs to play for them. I'm telling you now. That's what it is.
I had a comment yesterday saying, "Oh, Saeed, man, you're being so harsh on Onana and this and that." Listen, I wanted Onana at the club, so I'm not really like. I'm just saying, like, broski, like, it's hard to take, man. It's hard to take, man. It's hard to take this bad, not bad form, but the fact that we've brought a guy who can't save. He can't really save as much as what we thought. Yeah.
Did you see David De Gea's comments, or was that somebody?
Oh yeah, was that? Is that? No, but hold on a minute. Is that AI video? Is that an AI video?
David De Gea to me.
Nah, I think that's an AI video, man. I think that's AI, man. Yo, guys, let me know in the chat. Yeah, is that AI?
But I'm like,
I feel like, hey.
The internet is running mad. You don't know what's true these days, man. I'm telling you, you don't know what's
you don't know, man. Because someone could just be like, "Yo, AI video, man." So let us know in the chat if that's true or not, man. You get me? Like, it's crazy, man.
But De Gea is better. I'm telling you, De Gea is better.
Yeah, De Gea is better. De Gea is better, man. De Gea is better. 100%. By the way, yeah, Choupo-Moting or Brobbery. Do you know that guy that plays for Ajax? Did you see him? Plays like Lukaku a little bit. You know what I mean?
I don't want any more signings from from that league anymore. I want to bypass that league. I'm telling you now. I'm like, nah, no, thank you. Listen, I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not having any of that from any of that league, mate. Why don't we look in the championship? Who's the best ballers out here? Oh, we would have had 30 million. And guess what? The Glazers spent it on the lawyers. They had 56 lawyers.
Oh yeah,
56 lawyers, and they paid him 30 million, and they took it out of the club. So that 30 million, what would that 30 million? You telling me they couldn't get us a championship striker who's decent?
Could have got any striker that was decent, to be fair. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. When people say they don't have money, I always say bullshit, man. They have money. It's just that whether they want to spend it in January. You know what I mean? They're very, very reluctant.
Can you imagine getting $1 billion into your pockets and you're not spending any of that? Even for the Said, if you sell something, yeah, right, you then hire lawyers from the sale of what you sold, from the profits, you then pay the lawyers. Manchester United like, no. Get it. Get it. And by the way, I'm hearing other things as well. I'm hearing that because the Glazers are so much in debt, Jim Ratcliffe's like, we need to raise the ticket prices and stuff like that. So I heard that's coming down the road.
Oh, swear down.
Yes, that's what I'm hearing.
That
is what I'm hearing, man. That is what I'm hearing. Ticket price, because this 1.1
Leslie won't be happy. Leslie won't be happy when I tell her that. She'll be like, bloody hell.
Pay more to watch shit. Pay more to watch shit. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, man, I pay $7.40 now, man. How much do they want to raise it up, man? You know, it's a working class city, man. They need to relax, man. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know what it is though. When you have trophies and to show for it and whatnot, then you can do that. But you like, relax. We got nowhere now. Make your money through other ways. You know, there's so much ways you can make money. You know what I mean? Like, instead of pricing out the fans, man. It's crazy, man.
When I celebrate a goal, I can't even stand up, man. I don't get up anymore. I just sit down unless I'm at the Stretford end.
Yeah.
I'm standing unless I'm at the standing. Honestly, I can't because my knees. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is.
Oh my days, man. But
yo, I just saw a Rio Ferdinand comment. I'm like, Rio, you told us, Qatar were getting the money. Kalisa's posted it. I'm like, Rio, shut the hell up, man. Stop jumping on a bandwagon for your brands.
To some of the guys at Man City, and they can't believe we got him. I feel like, wow, he's done so much in the game, different levels.
Shut up, man. Shut up, man. Rio Ferdinand, you need to shut your mouth, man. You absolute clown. You just, wherever the way the wind is blowing, you just want to go, don't you?
You got to give it to him, though, man. You got to give it to Rio, man. You got to give it to Rio, though.
I'm telling you, my guy, wherever the wind blows, man, I swear to you, it's like, let me get on that.
My AirPods fell out.
I'm telling you.
No, you gotta give it to Rio, man.
I'm telling you.
He went from, he said, yo, Qatar, you let me down. Yo, Jim Ratcliffe, let's go. Nah, listen, man, it is what it is. Obviously, he's got his inside sources and that.
Rio, you know what Rio thinks? I swear to God, Rio thinks we're stupid, innit? He thinks we're stupid, bro. No, I swear to God, wherever the wind blows, mate, Rio's like, yeah, get me part of that. Let me get the brand out there.
I was in Kenya. You know, I was in Kenya. I was in Kenya that day when Rio put that announcement out, but I was like, yo, man, come on. I was in the hotel room like, yo, let's go. I thought this was it, man. You get me, bro? Nah, listen, man. It is what it is. Nah, you know what it is, man. I feel like it's one of them where
shameless, man.
You get me. He's obviously got his platform and whatnot, and he's doing his thing, man. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. But listen, I've remained what I said. I said we should, like, I spoke to his son. You know, his Jassim's son. I speak to him on the DMs pretty much most days. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they said that they wanted to.
They wanted to
that the Glazers wanted more money. And you know, ultimately, we weren't going to pay that money for the club because it was valued at this, and we weren't going to go above and beyond. As simple as that.
We're going to give double. Listen, Manchester United were valued. I think in pounds. It was like 3 billion, and they wanted. They were almost giving double. You know what I mean? And Glazer agreed. So what do you do then? You fix up the official document and go. They didn't have no proof of the money. Qatar, listen, you calling Qataris that level related to the flipping family. Like, his dad was the prime minister of the country. He was the prime minister of the country. And you're saying that he owns some of the hotels in London. They owe that much property.
Come on, man.
Yourself,
man said proof of funds, you know, man. Just because what? He didn't put it on a piece of paper or something like that, man. Like, come on, man. It was just because, you know why? They didn't want to put it out there that they had X amount of money, because then later on, Glaze is going to be like, yo, hold on a minute. You've got this money here. Why can't you give us more? You know, you show us more. Like, come on, man. It's you know what I mean? It's very, very cynical what the Glazers were doing But let's just believe these little documents that have coming out and that. Like, get out of here, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But what did Rio do? So basically, Rio just put out a comment saying about here. There's a comment right there. It said about basically people at City
He's
that they're
just
like, wow,
shameless,
they've got
man.
him and this and that. Yeah. To be fair,
Shameless.
Big Steve, I spoke to Big Steve, yeah, and he said, you know what, fair play, you got a good guy who's obviously knows his stuff and that, and he said, you know what I mean, like he's obviously, you know what I mean, done well in his at Man City. So, you know, if he's speaking about it in that way and he's not being salty about it, and he's saying, yeah, have our cast-offs, that's a good thing as well. You know what I mean?
How can
Whether he
listen?
becomes
How can Big Steve say that when Manchester United did what they used to do historically? We always used to get good operators
yeah,
from small clubs.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
always
no,
used to get.
but
So,
yeah, but
so say him get out of the big club now, yeah? Is that how you try and move? You're a small
no,
club, man.
obviously,
Small
yeah,
club still.
yeah,
He's not going to be
yeah,
working as hard trying to get your name out there because that's what this guy was running as well. He was head of commercial. Like you were saying before, the recipe is there. If you're cooking a really lovely meal, the history, the tradition, the culture, the name, you know what I mean? The brand, all of it is there. The stadium,
yeah.
all of it is there. All it needs is people to get rid of the Glazers and then do what they need to do, bring the football back. But for me, I say I'm not getting giddy. I'm not getting excited, and I refuse to because I've been burnt too many times.
Burnt the bridges. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? What we got this weekend is it only Newport County in it this weekend? So you know what I mean? It's not the greatest of games, to be honest with you. But listen, shout out to Newport County, man. You know what I mean? If we lose that one, mate, you might as well fold the club, mate, and tell Omar Berrada to stay where he is, man. You know what I'm saying? So
You know what?
there was
I'm not.
also some news about Wan-Bissaka potentially Man United rejected a loan bid from Inter Milan. Did you hear about that? Some
Yeah,
news that was
yeah.
out there.
So
Let me just see right now. Yeah,
I
there
don't
it is.
believe in any of this
My
stuff. Have you noticed there's nobody buying and selling anybody? No movements in this January.
no,
Hardly any
no,
movement
no. Dead, dead,
especially in
dead,
the
dead,
Premier League. In the Premier League, yeah.
dead. Rejected a swap deal for Inter for Denzel Dumfries. I think Wan-Bissaka will leave in the summer, though. I do believe he'll leave in the summer.
Yeah, yeah.
Personally, for me, I
But
think
did you
he
see
will.
Samuel
Uh,
Ratus Lopez? You see what he said about him? Try to
oh
bury him.
yeah. By the
Did you
way,
see that?
oh my God, I couldn't believe that, man, Nuruddin. Again, character. How is this guy allowed to be a journalist of Manchester Evening News, man? Talking about like character assassination of the way, or because he doesn't talk a
I
lot in
don't
the
give a
media, and he
damn.
doesn't.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Just give me the
yeah.
player on the football pitch. Let the football do the talking. Like this
I,
branding of Diego Dalot. Saeed, do you believe genuinely Diego Dalot would be the right back of Manchester United going challenging for the league title or Champions League, hand on heart? Do
no,
you believe that?
no, nope.
But Samuel Racist Lockers want to shit on Aaron Wan-Bissaka to make it
Yeah,
out like, oh, yeah, he's good in the media. What the fuck does that
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I don't
But that's
give
what
a
I'm trying to say. I
damn.
don't get it, man. But that's what happens when you get dry news in it, man. That's what happens, bro. When you get these dry news days, they put out these little things about Wan-Bissaka and that, and then it almost gives a reason for people to be like, oh yeah, you know what, you can sell him now. Let's sell
Yo,
Wan-Bissaka because he's quiet in training or he's quiet in the media room. So listen,
can we
we know
just give
about
a
this guy, man.
solidarity? I just want to give a solidarity to Mike Mannion and then the player. Who does he play
Yeah,
for? That player, that the championship player. Who does he play for? Who got racially abused? The guy's a monkey chanting him. It was a
what?
Hillsborough,
I
Sheffield.
don't know about
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
at Sheffield United. It was Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah,
Sheffield
uh, uh,
Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah,
What?
Sheffield Wednesday.
No, I
A
don't know about
player.
that one.
It was a player that was playing against Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough, and then he got some fans there to be seen giving him the monkey chanting, mate. Monkey
No,
chanting
I
him.
swear to you, I didn't see that one. I'd never
Cameron,
seen that
I
one.
think his name is Cameron or something like that.
Let me see the news on this one.
Yeah, yeah, happened on the weekend, man. It was disgusting, absolutely disgusting.
No. Oh, Casey Palmer, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that his name?
Casey
Casey
Palmer,
Palmer.
yeah.
Okay.
Coventry, Sheffield United,
Coventry, yeah,
Wednesday.
Coventry player, yeah, yeah. Hold
Yeah.
tight, Casey Palmer, man.
Shocked and
Solidarity
sad by
for him,
racist
man.
gesture directed at midfielder Casey Palmer. Yeah,
Yeah, big up to
solidarity.
him, man.
Also, yeah, it's also as well for the Mike Maignan as well.
Why didn't he walk off,
Proper.
Saeed? Saeed, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm him, I'm going to the changing room, have to get in the shower, get my clothes ready for
Yeah.
the game to end, and we go, mate. I'm not coming back on the pitch, mate.
No.
What
But you
the
know what's
hell are
mad?
these?
But you know what's mad? It's good that the FIFA president came out and said the game has to be forfeited if that happens again. If the game happens like
Okay,
that, we
well,
have
put
to
the laws
forfeit
in
it.
place then. Don't just say it. Put the laws in place
Just
then.
say it, yeah. Don't just say it, yeah.
Put the
There you
laws
go.
in
There you
place
go.
then. Yeah, big
There
up,
you
man.
go.
Big up. Yeah, man. Listen, come and
Big
join
up,
us, man.
man.
United Real Therapy.
Yeah,
We're going to be
United Real
talking
Therapy
about
people.
Ten Hag. We're going to be talking about Ten Hag and talking about the debt as well, because you can all get giddy and get excited, but the debt ain't going away anytime soon. And Jim, he's got no answer for the debt. Do you know why he could say that, Say? Because he'll be like, well, I only own 25%.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
True.
See what I mean?
True. No, 100%, man. Make sure you tune in, people. And also, make sure you like the video. There's only, 300 likes and there's 700 people in here. Come on, man. We need at least 400 or 500, man. Come on, like, we give you Straight Jacket podcast every week, every Monday, 5 p.m. The least you could do is like the video. Please, guys, like the video. I'm going to be doing a watch along at 7 o'clock, so make sure you tune in for that one. I think Inter Milan are playing Napoli in Super Coppa Italia final. But yeah, make sure you head over to United Real Therapy now. Me, Saeed, Tom, going to be joining us. And tune in, people. We're out. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.